Ugh, how much longer is this going to go on, do you think? Do you have an estimate? Hey, are you sure you shouldn't quit right now? Seriously, think about it. I can tell you're just gonna get more sentimental from here on out. There's still time, you know. You sure we shouldn't just turn around, take you back to your island? Link, listen kid, you can't just stand around on deck, you'll get in everybody's way. I've told Nico to look after you, so you'd better report below decks and ask him what you should be doing. Into the big blue, boys. Turn the ship full starboard. Starboard? Is that starboard? Yeah, starboard's a word. Yeah. We head for northern seas. Listen, shrimp, you're really creeping me out standing there like that, so quit it, yeah? Stay out of my way. Way out of my way. Go down below and find Nico. Oh, the time of day is actually changing. Yeah, and here we are, we're out in the ocean. Look at that, isn't that neat? I think it's fun, I think it's cool, I think it's awesome. Oh, this guy's glasses are still not see-through, that's funny. That Nico didn't make out half bad, with you being the new Swappy and all. New Swabbies always get stuck doing the hardest work. It's a real raw deal, but hey. I'll tell you, it sounds like Nico is happy to finally not be at the bottom of the rung on the pirate ladder. You bet he is. Hey, but don't sweat it. I'm sure you'll do just fine, so long as you don't disobey him. What a weird pirate ship. Led by... I mean, okay, so I guess knowing that, like, Link and Tetra are the same age now, right? Dang, people's eyes get so bright, even when they're standing in darkness. Link and Tetra being, like, the same age now definitely makes sense. Like, considering that they're supposed to be, like, 16 to 17. Because when I thought that these two were like 14, 13, I think a 17-year-old running a pirate ship is still kind of wild, but less wild than like a 12 to 13-year-old. So your name's Link, right? That's one weird getup you got on there. So what's the deal? Is that popular back on your island or what? Now that I think about it though, I think I've seen an outfit like that before somewhere. I'm sure that's not an important line of dialogue. We can just forget all about that. Oh, can we go to the crow's nest? I don't know much ship terminology, but I do know crow's nest. Oh, there's actually somebody up here. You, get out of the way, will you? Turn around right now, climb down. So you really plan on going into the Forsaken Fortress? Listen, I'll tell you once I see it. So climb down, will you? Alright, fair enough. Just like Tetra said, I am in everybody's way. Ow. Oh, I didn't actually deal damage. Maybe, can we not get hurt at this point in the game? Can we go overboard? Oh, I gotta know if we can go overboard. We must be able to, right? Unless there's invisible walls everywhere. Oh, I can definitely jump this. No, yeah. Okay, no, there's invisible walls. I just was wondering, like, if we could freaking get abandoned in the middle of the ocean. Become Sharkle Bay, just like they said. Okay, yeah. So it goes without saying, the song on the ship song is perfect. It's amazing. I mean, the game's amazing, but you're gonna hear me say that like 20 more times. It's very interesting. There's a bit of an intro. Oh, hey, hi, we're back. How's it going? Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. I'm not gonna call it that. Well, at least I'm gonna resist calling it that. We're back. Last time, we we're introduced to a new type of Zelda game, to a new world, a new environment, new people, a new setup. But then some very traditional things happened. We donned our hero's tunic, we got a sword and a shield, and then we had to go set out on an adventure. This time to save our sister, which the fact that we have a sister, we have family, we have a village filled with people who we are actually a part of and who know us, and seem to like us to some degree. Very different. Really throwing the traditional Zelda for a loop. But it has fallen upon us to be able to find our sister and get both her and ourselves back safely to her grandmother. That's what we're gonna be doing. And the first stop is a terrible place called the a wonderful place called the Forsaken Fortress. Just in case you didn't know what we were dealing with here. Oh, we really can't just play the game in first person. Sup, how's it going? I'll call you when we reach the Forsaken Fortress, so until then, just go talk to Nico and do whatever he tells you. Yes, ma'am. Are we in over our head? Yes. I do think it's interesting, though, because we are kind of still doing, it's a little bit more of a measured take, right? Us, because we at least have a partner in this, you know? We have a means of transportation, we have a group of people who are going to help us to some extent. But that whole idea of what Tetra said, you're gonna go fight a bird with this dinky little sword? That's not courage. That's stupid. And of course, a main point in these games is about courage and what is courage and what makes Link the person who dons the Triforce of courage, right? And that's sort of like the first little hint at, like, that's kind of what the game is about this time around, more or less. It's about, this game is very much about courage. What does it truly mean to be courageous? What does it mean to be a hero? Less so about, like, this game is, like, less about a realization that we are a hero. We are not a chosen one. We are some random kid on some random island who just so happened to be wrapped up in this. In Ocarina of Time, Link was a chosen hero. But in this game, we'll see, and I'll talk about this more later, because I've thought about this a lot, but this Link, Wind Waker Link, he's just some kid on an island. These problems fell onto his lap. He was not compelled by some magical essence or force or beings or some higher power to go on, to set out on this journey. He just wants to get his sister back. And I think that's a very interesting and very unique setup to one of these games. But okay, enough of that. Enough dawdling on about the inner workings and machinations of a Zelda game. It's time to go peer into the empty abyss that is the inside of our ship, apparently. What the heck? Time to go move on and talk to Nico. Okay, it's time to go, though. It's funny, I got to this part right when the sun has basically set, or basically set? I mean, it's like 6, it was only like 5 o'clock and the sun was almost down completely. But that's just what happens in the winter, I suppose. Alright, let's head below ship, below deck. Oh wow, there's new crew members around every single tomb. Stop right there, this is Miss Tetra's cabin. Most of us real pirates aren't even allowed in here. There's no way we're letting an outsider in. Don't even think about it. Hey there, would you know why Miss Tetra has such an oddly specific symbol drawn out on a map over there? That would be why one of the other crew members said that our tunic looked familiar. I think she might have she paused for a moment when she took a look at us as well. Also do like I feel a little bit of Gerudo influence in the swords and stuff too, which would make sense. I mean, the only pirates we ever saw were in Majora's Mask, and they were Gerudo, so that is interesting. Hey, you don't mind if I do a little some light vandalism, do you? I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I forgot they got little moths. They actually look like butterflies, but I think it's supposed to be moths around the flame. That's a nice touch. Thank you. I'm going to collect the fee that I'm going to have to pay them for the voyage. My dude, my man, Nico. I love Nico actually. Nico's a good bean. Well now, ahoy there, Swabby. As of today, I am your superior, Nico. Now, I promise I'll go easy on you, so do as I say, okay? Right now, first off, you have to take a test all new pirates have to take. It's a bit of a doozy, so get ready. You watch everything I'm about to show you real careful like, so you can cram it into your no doubt mushy, swabby brain. Aye aye, Captain. First off, you gotta press the switch. This is the only easy part. Just walk up to it, tilt that, step onto it. Oh yeah, you actually do like a short hop in this game. In Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, there's like a weird sort of... They have like some slightly odd physics when you have to walk onto the buttons. You have to like walk up onto the buttons like just enough to get them to press down. In this game, you just literally hop on top of them. Now check it out. After the platforms rise up from the floor, you gotta jump on them. Okay, this is gonna be embarrassing. Embarrassing anecdote time. When I played this game when I was a child. Now, when I was a child, I was very bad at games. All right, it took me a long time to pick up the logic that games have, because games have internal logic that kind of are universal for all games. Things that you pick up on as you play like dozens of games, you know, so that like you can jump from one game to another and you can understand certain things about it without it having to just tell you outright. It took me a long time to pick up on that. Now with this game, there's quite a few sort of like potholes, let's say, that I ran into, like small walls that prevented me from making any more progress every time I played originally. Many years ago when I was like 9 or 10. Dang, I was 9 or 10 when I played this game. And I'm old and crusty and greasy. I'm in a mood today, I'm sorry. But this was one of those parts. This was one of those walls. This puzzle right here, and you'll see how it's so simple. But this took me forever because I think what it was that there was so many. There's like multiple steps to accomplishing what you need to accomplish for this that just did not click. I was not. Actually, I still am not. I am really bad. My reading comprehension is pretty bad. Like I will read something, I'll have to read anything 10 times over to truly understand what is being said to me. Sometimes. So obviously when a game has a lot of the tutorial in dialogue, such as this, it was always hard for me to kind of pick up on ideas and stuff. Apparently, my mom informed me that it took me a long time to figure out how to read. Or like learning how to read took me a lot longer than I guess was normal, which I didn't know, but it makes a lot of sense, that's for sure. Okay, so I was able to jump to this first one myself, but that next one is too far, right? That's when you gotta do this. Because look how simple this is. If you jump out the rope, you can grab onto it. Swing until you get close enough to the next platform, and then let go and jump to it. It's really not that hard. So do you think you get how to do it? You have to swing from platform to platform. Try to get to the entrance of that room over there. Here's the problem though, Swabby. The platforms only stay raised for a little while, so if you don't get there by the time they drop, you have to start over. Teleportation. I wonder how many times they had Nico do. Look at his tiny little sword. Look how happy he is with it. He's a man who truly looks content with his life. It will probably take you at least 1 year before you're good enough to make it all the way here. 1 rough year. 1 tough year full of bumps and bruises. Of course, if you manage to do it faster, I'll reward you. Now give it a try. This ought to be good for a chuckle or two. Honestly, with the amount of time there was between my playthroughs, it might have taken months before I came back to this game and did it and figured it out. It was a real pothole for me. And what's amazing too, I think that's another thing too. I would always run into a wall with like any game I played where I just couldn't make any more progress because I was a little dumb baby boy. And because of that, I think I really grew an affinity for game intros. The game intros would become my favorite part because I would know them so well, but that would also, one, I would learn them so well because that's the part that I would end up playing the most. But two, I think I started liking game intro, or I liked a good game intro a lot because it would be the part of the game that you could play no matter what, and all the establishing stuff, the early stuff, it would always make me feel good to be going through like all the setup to a game. I feel like that's still kind of the case sometimes. Although now I get a little antsy. Now I kind of want to get to like the meat and potatoes of a game, quicker than I used to. But yeah, I used to really love being specifically the early stuff. Plus, there'd be a lot of scripted stuff before the game would open up, and when games would open up, it would become a little harder to navigate for me. But in the early parts, you know, the game's walking you through a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas and things like that. I remember Prisoner of Azkaban. Hold on, well, really quick, just while we can talk and go. And now give it a try. This ought to be good for a chuckle or two. But yeah, Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban. That intro, I played that intro so many times because it like had so much stuff to it. It was so cinematic. Plus it was like walking through the story, like the main story of the movie. What? You did it already? Nico, my man? I'm gonna tell you, I have that years of bumps and bruises ingrained in my memory at this point. Don't even feel bad about it. I'm proud to have you as my underling. I wonder if it's okay if I just give that to him. I don't see why not. I doubt I'll get busted. Alright, Swabby, I'll tell you what. You can have the treasure in that chest over there. That's your reward from the great and generous Nico. Hurry and take it before someone comes. Dude, hurry up and take it. I'm serious. Grab it and get out of here. Someone might come. Hurry up, Swabby. Okay. Thanks, Nico. Oh. Ooh. Ah, the fancy chest. The first one. We got another freaking bag. Yes, the spoils bag. You can keep items you get from enemies in this handy pouch. Yeah, so this is an interesting new addition. I mean, this game introduces so many unique things, right? Because we get a bait bag that's like for food that we give to animals. We have the spoils bag now. We have a telescope, which is cool, and very much in line with the oceanic vibe of the game. Hey, Link, we've reached the Forsaken Fortress. Hurry and get up here. I'm taking your doubloons too. One rupee in a single chest? Oh, there we go, okay. Gah, but there's still so much stuff I have to teach you. This is so lame. Ah, well. I guess it can wait until you finish whatever it is you have to do. Yeah, don't worry, Nico. I'll be back. I really love the characters. Everybody's very endearing, I feel like. Ahoy there, young shrimpy. Sounds like we've actually arrived. Head on up there to the deck and have a look-see, why don't you? I have a hard time reading in character right now.
Come on!
Hey, Link. Here I am, up here. Ma'am? Was Nico's test easy? Really? Yeah, is it hard for all of you guys? Young miss, I was waiting for you up above. We've reached the Forsaken Fortress. What are you doing, shrimp? Miss Tetra's waiting for you up at the crow's nest. Shake a leg, yeah? I like talking to NPCs, because, I mean, you have to think about the fact that, like, somebody has to write for all of these. Like, for all of these extra lines of dialogue, just for, like, unique moments. So that's the Forsaken Fortress? What an evil-looking place. Oh, man, I think I haven't thought about how rad the Forsaken Fortress looks in a long time. Oh, we can see the bird. It's literally like a ship graveyard castle. Like, that's pretty cool. What were you doing with Nico? Don't tell me you were playing some stupid game for treasure. Where were you? Well, whatever. There's something you need to see. Have a look over there. Now this is perfect because it just became nighttime in, like, IRL. So getting to this part of the game right now is actually pretty good. There are all sorts of strange rumors about this place. What I do know is that long ago, it used to be a hideout for... used to be the hideout of a no-good group of pirates we used to compete with. But they were just small time. Now the place looks like it's pretty dangerous. Ah, I knew it, look. Over there. Seagulls, right? She was always had a lot of seagulls around her. Have you ever seen so many seagulls flock like that before? I have. I'll bet you anything that's the place where they've got your sister locked up. But it looks like the whole place is under really tight guard. This won't work. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near the landing. One sec. Iconic moment alert coming shortly. What do we do now? People complained about this game when it came out originally. Can you believe that? Because I can't. Look, don't struggle. If you really want to get into a dangerous place like that, this is the only way to do it, trust me. We pirates do it all the time. Don't worry about it. It'll be a piece of cake. Is everybody ready? Never you fear, kid. We're pros. We're gonna launch you good. Yeah, but you missed, like, 5 times trying to hit a giant bird out of the sky before you actually managed one shot. Also, why do you guys not have actual cannons in your pirate ship? Link's expressions. See ya. The waving. Oh, right there. That's right, the first dungeon of the game is a sneaking dungeon, which is different. Your sword landed all the way up there? Shoot, I'm sorry. I apologize, I guess my aim was a little bit off. Look on your face though, that's priceless. Oh, I forgot that, yeah, I forgot about the little, stone. I slipped the stone into your pocket just before we fired you over there. It's no ordinary stone either. I can see what you're doing through this stone, so obviously you can hear me through it. So, if you see A, you'd better press that button. I'll put the stone on your quest status screen. It's pretty basic. Hey, but listen carefully. I need this back after you save your sister, so don't go losing it, you understand? Alright then, down to brass tacks. The courtyard is awash with searchlights, so they'll see you right away if you go charging in. Better think it through. Yeah, we're straight up like Metal Gear right now. Metal Gear fans are rolling in the grave. Oh, I forgot we don't throw these, we can become barrels. This is the greatest game ever made. Oh, you know I'm greeding for the money though, right? You know I'm greeding for the money. Well, I don't need to be a barrel. There's little shrubs, but they're floating above the... Huh. Strange. Now what you can do, you can just get caught immediately, and then, okay, I got the money, which is really... Oh, crud. Okay. The multiple doors. It's a ladder, but oh, that's a shortcut. Gosh, I'm getting immediately got some God of War vibes of like, oh, that's where I'm gonna end up, so I can put a shortcut down. Been playing the new God of War, and I have been enjoying it. I'm gonna preface this with saying I enjoy it a lot. So far, I think it's really, really good. I think it's got some pacing issues though. Oh, is that indicating where I am right now? Oh, that's cool. That's a little, like, environmental detail. Oh, crud, there's rats. Freaking big rats. Oh, they're freaking stealing... They're freaking stealing rupees. I haven't played this game in a while, so I'm not actually 100% sure where we're supposed to go, where we need to go. Oh my gosh, I forgot about these guys. Oh, these guys scare the heck out of me. The little Duduns? I don't know what they're actually called. Holy crud, please. Have mercy. Oh my gosh, those things used to scare the holy heavens out of me when I was a kid. Oh, I see another shortcut. Okay, cool. It gives me a little indicator of exactly where I am. Yeah, another shortcut up there. Yeah, I think the gameplay loop is pretty it's pretty good. It's pretty satisfying in God of War. The thing is, the best part is obviously the fighting, which is good. It should be. But most of the time you're not fighting, which, granted, let's be clear, I understand why, because if all you did was fight, that would be really, really, like, that would really wear you down, you know? If all you did was fight, and it would stop feeling special. But the game is set up in a way where it's like, it trickles very little. Tetra? I've got it, Link. In order to reach the top of the tower where your sister's being held, you'll have to find the room right below the tower. You gotta take the door to the outside, and then climb up from there. You got that? Because she's actually wanting to help us. Tetra's not bad. She's got a tough exterior, but she's also a pirate, so like would like to know what the story behind a pirate leading, I mean, a 17-year-old leading a band of pirates. Like, what the heck of the story there is, but. But yes, so I think it's really good. However, the stuff you're doing, like the puzzles and stuff like that, a lot of them are just iterations of throw the axe puzzle, throwy the axe, you know? And it's just, that's kind of what it is over and over. Oh, we got schematics for the searchlights. The searchlights look like freaking SpongeBob's alarm clock. That's so funny. I don't think so from what I understand, there's nothing like major to collect in this place. Also, these guys, I think these guys are moblins and the other guys are bokoblins. I love that moblins are in this game. Moblins were not, well, oh wait, no, moblins were the giants in Kokiri Forest after in the maze. I think those might have been moblins, the big pig soldiers. I love the way these guys look though. I love that they use glaives. I love the sort of like tattoos that they have. Everything in this game is good. Everybody in this game is good. What's like the way their light works? I think in the original game their light was more of a clearly defined circle and you couldn't like step in that. Now it's a little more ambiguous, but there's a window right there. Look at the giant freaking goofy jaws. But yeah, like the puzzles and stuff like that, and the way exploration generally works in areas in it's not the most amazing thing. I think the puzzles really like, especially when it's like when there's such a long periods of doing nothing but puzzles. When you in between like major story beats, and it's like, man, I just want to get to the next story beat, but there's like, okay, I'm gonna tap circle every so often, jump up and down, jump up this ledge, jump down that ledge. No? This isn't a mistake. Yeah, but it's sort of like... It's just that the pace is so incredibly slow. The game's really holding its cards close to its chest right now. In the early, I'm like maybe almost 10 hours in. It feels like the game's really holding its cards close to its chest as far as like how much like the places it's going to go. Listen up, Link. There's a monster running the searchlight up there. If you can slay the monster, then maybe it'll shut down the searchlight. But you're unarmed, aren't you? All you have is a shield? If I were you, I'd try using my shield to deflect the monster's blows and see if you could make it drop its weapon. If you could do that, you could pick it up its weapon with A. That's just me. What'll you do? That's not a bad idea, although I think I saw some... Aha. Yes, so another amazing thing about this game has so many amazing, unique things to it. Well, one of the amazing things, other than the fact that like you can do sneakery and things like that, is that you can have improvised weapons, which I think is amazing. And there's like multiple improvised weapons. And then you can throw them. You can do like all of your. This one is obviously not amazing, right? But it got the job done, right? Yeah, and the thing is, like, all enemies will like drop their weapons and stuff, which is super cool. And I think this is like the only. Well, no, actually, that's not true. Breath of the Wild. Obviously, you pick up a lot of weapons along the way in that game as well, which I think is actually great. I think that's very cool. It's a great mechanic. I think it's a very cool mechanic. We don't need to. We were basically already there, but since we got some shortcuts unlocked and stuff. Oh. I'm invisible. Oh, you can actually see the pirate ship up there. But yeah, these smaller guys you can fight. The moblins you can't. The big pig guys you can't fight. Oh yeah, this is another thing too. So sometimes enemies will drop these orbs, and they drop a bunch of stuff. And the things that they drop sometimes go into the spoils bag. The spoils bag actually drops like monster materials, treasures, anything that you drop from enemies, and you can collect them throughout the game. So like we just got a joy pendant. These pendants are said to flock to those who spread joy, like butterflies to nectar-filled blossoms. But they also drop extra money, extra hearts. So like if you get lucky enough and they drop these orbs, you can set you up pretty good. Alrighty, but we got that done. Now we can move freely in the center, which would have made getting those rupees easier, but why do it, why set myself up for success? Dang, the fact that we already have over 200 rupees. Ugh. Where was this wallet? How come Wind Waker Link is like has the ability to be to get freaking stacks in the very beginning of his game? That's wild. Okay, so we'll continue on. Oh, I forgot, for this spooky nighttime espionage length of the game, I did save. It's freaking zero sugar one, so I don't know how good it's gonna taste. But the 2022 edition of the Mountain Dew Voodoo mystery flavor. If I remember correctly, this was supposed to be like a grapefruit last time. I don't know what it is now. This is zero sugar though, which is probably better for my health. Although I'm pretty sure diet and zero sugar versions of sodas usually have awful, terrible things in them. But I don't drink. I drink the ones that are chock full of other awful, terrible things. So, you know. Oh, bottoms up, I guess. Huh. Okay. All right. I can recognize it as Mountain Dew. That part I can identify it as Mountain Dew. It's funny though, because it's zero sugar. It's still got the burn and the fizzle, but it's ever so slightly off. It's like Mountain Dew if I let the ice melt in it. It's kind of what it tastes like. It's not terrible. Man, I'm so full from I took a break and ate dinner. I'm so full from that. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to actually drink this. I cannot pack it away like I used to. Maybe because, I mean, when you're a kid, you have a really fast metabolism, but also you are way more active, typically. So, you know, you can eat tons. And I used to overeat a lot. I used to just stuff my face until I was super, super full, which is not good. Speaking of not good, oh my gosh, he's freaking throwing it back. But yeah, I cannot pack it away like I used to. I need to get better at like actually getting sizes and proportions that reflect that. One, because I don't need to be eating nearly as much as I do, but two, I don't need to eat as much fast food as I used to pack away. That's for sure. And then three, you know, it can be such a waste. What's the matter? The room your sister's in is just up ahead. Look carefully at the tower wall. Isn't there a narrow ledge you can cross? You should be able to get across the ledge, as long as you're careful. Just remember, you can't do anything else while you're sidling. So you have to be extra careful what's around you. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I wanted to read... Oh, yeah. So, the necklace she gave us is called the Pirate's Charm. Mysterious stone the pirate Tetra lent you. Oh my gosh, she totally gave us her number? Oh my gosh. You don't think this is like... You don't think she likes us, do you? Oh my gosh. Link is kind of a Chad. It's gotta be said. Oh, I like that they did the classic cartoon thing of like, you can see the eyebrow and the eye through the hair. That's a nice touch. Oh, hold the phone. No, there's no way. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get past that until we take care of that light post. But from where I was, there wasn't a way to get up to the light post. Ow. Okay, well, let's see. I can get back here quickly from going through there, I guess. Nice. As long as you keep moving forward, you can roll from, I think, most height falls. This room. Yeah, okay. So I don't want to go up there yet. I need to go to the other side of this room. Or just go out through down there. Maybe. Oh. Oh, that actually works. Oh, there's keys. I might have put myself in a bad spot. Man, funny. I thought I was blazing through this. But then in the back of my mind, I was like, I thought there was a reason to turn off the searchlights. Like, I thought you had to do that at some point, but I was right. Yeah, they've got freaking mossy, gross water hole. Oh. Oh, I forgot they give you an alert like that. If I had kept moving even a second longer, I think he would have gotten me. Ow! Screw you, rat! What the heck? Oh, there's a chest here. No way. Oh, yikes! 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 Yeah, you know, not too shabby indeed. I'll take some money. I think the lasers prevent me from going through that door. I think. Yeah, the intro to this game is pretty darn good. I think the intro to every game is pretty good, even Twilight Princess. That might seem weird to say, given what the intro to Twilight Princess is, but I have reasoning for it. But that's for later. Oh yeah, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, just the try that deflecting technique Tesha talked about. How often does that work? Oh. Oh, it freaking tripped him. Whoa. Oh, I forgot. I can't just, like, I'm so used to locking on and letting go. Screw you, Buster. Okay. Did that unlock the way? I think it did. Oh yeah, that's everything. Oh my gosh. Oh, the bird's actually nodding off, I think. I was gonna say, I was wondering why the bird wouldn't have just like swooped down and bit my head off. But the bird is sleepy. Yeah, it's a sleepy boy. Okay, that means that if we can just get back to there, which is through here. Well, my ability to retain my my direction in games now is also much better than it used to be. Oh. So there's not nothing to find here. I got a compass. Well, that implies that I could find a map. Oh, there's a map tab now. Oh, I have a map. Oh, I can see chests on the map. What the crap? Wow. Yeah, so I guess the one thing, I guess, to note is that you won't be able to see the map, but just know that I can, and that's kind of all that matters. Ultimately. Good thing Nico taught us these amazing, difficult techniques. Did not know there was actually a compass to find here. It's kind of cool, I guess. Oh yeah, God, something new came up every single time I started talking. But yeah, with God of War, it's yeah, I just think the pacing's kind of weird. I also feel like it's kind of a bummer that all the environments just feel like hallways with different set dressing on them, because they basically are. And I think that's weird because like you have all these amazing, fantastical places, but then like all these amazing, fantastical places, but then you are limiting me to such a small, like confined areas. It feels really, it ends up feeling very claustrophobic. The areas are like designed in a way that it looks like there's a lot of stuff. It looks like they're like expansive and that you can see out into the distance. But really you're like confined to like a 2-yard or like a 1-yard wide hall that you can walk through these areas, and that's how you experience the areas. Which I think is kind of a shame. I'm not asking for open world. I think way too many games nowadays are trying to be open world, as if that's like an amazing, cool, awesome thing that's like so meaningful at this point in time, right? But no, like the best open world games that have happened, it would take a lot for a game to do anything amazing with open world. I'm talking about just having large zones. I think if God of War had large zones, like let me explore a wide, like a large, like a large wooded area or a large snowy tundra or things like that, right? Like just let me free roam into like large zones, not a full open world. I get that. The way they designed the whole game, though, around the way the puzzles work and the exploration works, they designed the whole game around being in these tight, confined areas, and I get that. I mean, like, even the camera is so pushed into your character that, like, maybe in their minds it just worked better, but I don't know. I think it's kind of a shame. You have all these amazing Nordic landscapes that I feel like you just don't get to fully appreciate sometimes. Link. You can't happy dance. Now you're in business. Take care not to drop it again. Okay, game. I like to think that was Okra talking to us right there. Oh, the freaking mini-boss music in this game is superb. The fact that this game has unique mini-boss music is great. I like the whistling though. It makes it feel like a western almost. Oh, but yeah, see, we can have another sword. Which is pretty cool. Being able to pick up other people's weapons is pretty cool. I appreciate that. I think it's neat. Well, that's the end of Wind Waker, everybody. There's our sister. Oh, it's playing. Alright, Link. So game plan. Ooh, the music. Now that is a familiar looking face.